Assalamu alaikum. My name is Marvin Stotts. I'm 45 years old. I was born in Washington, D.C., but raised in Virginia. Before embracing Islam, both my parents were Christian. My father was a Baptist, and my mother practiced different forms of Christianity: Protestant, Mormonism. Over the years, during my childhood, I always had questions about the religion of Christianity. I always wondered if I was to be before God and Jesus was supposed to be on his right-hand side, what type of questions God would ask me. And I imagined God asking me the first question: who am I? And my answer would be, you are the Almighty. Then he would ask me, who sits on my right-hand side? And in Christianity, I was told that it was Jesus. He would then ask, then why were you singing and praising songs of worship to him, to Jesus, and not directly to me? I felt a chill run up and down my spine. Deep in my soul, I would question myself. And those questions always haunted me, and no one could give me the right answers. He would further ask, can Jesus, at this moment, at this time, save you from the hellfire? And I would have to answer no. And he would look at Jesus and say, did I tell you to instruct them to worship you? And he would look at them and look at me and say, no, my Father, I did not. These questions always haunted me. I would go to church. I would sit there in Sunday school and listen to the sermon. I would come home. And sometimes on the weekend, ministers would invite us over to their house, and all the children would gather in a room, and we'd have to recite over and over and over again to learn how to speak in tongues. Thank you, Jesus. Well, one day, after just sitting there for hours with a napkin below me, I finally decided I'm going to see if they understand what's really going on. I started speaking gibberish, and next thing I know, the children jump up, the adults run in the room and holler, he's speaking in tongues, he's speaking in tongues. And I said to myself, they're really lost. Years later, I had an opportunity to read Bilal Phillips and Ahmad Dudat, and I listened to what they were saying in their speeches about crucifixion versus crucifixion. And my intellect, not my emotions, but my intellect started questioning what I had been taught. And it dawned on me that Jesus was Allah's prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It dawned on me that I had been following the wrong religion. I started fasting, and I wanted to know the answers. I fasted for 25 straight days. All I drink is water. And I used the examples of the prophets in the Old Testament, how they fasted. And I asked God a question. I asked him, I said, if I follow you as opposed to following Jesus, where would I end up? So after about 20 days of fasting, I had a vision. I was on a journey in a bus, and the bus kept hitting trees along the way. I mean, it was going up a hill, but I knew the place the bus was going. And I told the bus driver that he had to slow down, that he was going across a sharp corner. He tells me, don't worry about it, I've got it. I've got it under control.